10-minute drill.
This is a big one.
Covered by Universal Roof and Contracting. The difference is Universal.
On 1010XL.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Hit it.
I've noticed here at 721 that we're missing one of our drill favorites, Taylor Dahl.
Taylor's off today. She has gotten, I'm starting to now say that she's got one hell of a schedule.
Yeah, I
She
see
seems to get a nice 3-day weekend every week.
I see how she works.
Yeah.
She uses her days for the weekends.
I have a Taylor Dahl story that.
Look, Taylor has irons and a lot of fires.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I got one of her irons on display earlier today.
What do you got?
I set, because I'm a company man, and because I am old enough to still have a clock radio. Do you have one of those, Dan, or do you always get up to just like a incessant beeping?
No, Alexa, wake me up at 6:20.
Does she wake you up? How does she wake you up?
I don't know.
Like
It's an
Stark
alarm.
or with it?
No, it's somewhat soft.
See, I've got that, like the iPhones have that sleep to wake.
Yeah.
Where like it very gently just start playing sound.
Yeah, that's
It
nice.
quietly wakes you up.
I'm still old school. I like to pop on the radio in the morning.
Okay.
Right? And
I got you, babe?
No, I'm a company man. I have it tuned to
Might as well
92.
be.
I am a company man. I have it tuned to 92.5 FM.
Okay.
So
Attaboy.
usually when that goes off, I'm hearing whatever commentary or sports update or whatever. My alarm goes off at 3:25, and so today my alarm goes off at 3:25. There's two dudes doing some national syndicated show, and I wake up to hear this. Dan, are you ready? Mm-hmm. Taylor in Northeast Florida wants to talk about the Bears.
No, she did.
And I thought to myself, I said, huh? And then I shook myself awake and I proceeded to listen to Taylor Dahl talk to the two national syndicated guys. And the first thing I thought was like 3:30 in the morning. I said, damn, Taylor goes late.
Is that today?
Boy. That's today that happened. Yeah.
Where is she?
Well, she must have been out and about.
I'm checking
partying.
the tape right now.
Yeah. You can find it, dude. Yeah, it's at like 3. Yeah, let's play it. It's like
I'm getting it, baby.
It's like 3:30 in the morning. It was like right when I got up.
Taylor, no.
Somewhere around 3:30. Yeah,
We don't do that,
well,
do we?
I didn't know she was off today. I didn't know she was off today, so I was thinking, man, that girl goes hard, boy. She's getting home at 3:30 in the morning, coming in at 7. But then I learned that she was off today. But so anyway, that's my Taylor Dahl story for the day.
That's a very good story.
Yeah, that was a good one.
The fellas out there are missing out on a hell of a catch.
Oh, man, you're not kidding. They really are. She's fantastic. I love sports. Sweet as can be.
Yep, very nice.
Yeah, good for her. Yeah.
Let's start our sports concepts and rationalizations with this. Simply, the New York Knicks are ruining my season with a W last night.
I don't get that floor in New Jersey or in Brooklyn. It's disconcerting.
Yeah.
They've got a floor, so whenever you watch it, makes it look like the floor in the arena is in black and white and the players are in color.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it reminds me of.
We're number 8 on the season. We're now 2 clear of the ATL Hawks. I don't like that
we're
at
terrible.
all.
Although I saw a mock draft.
You've lost 8 in a row.
Yeah, I saw a mock draft where the Hawks picked 3rd, and they had him taking Cole Anthony over Wiseman. And that's when I said, if this happens, I will kill myself. I will. I'm just going to go jump right off the bridge. Yeah. I mean, I've watched him
Which
take.
bridge would you jump off of if you had to jump off a bridge?
Without question.
Yeah.
Undeniably.
Yeah.
The long,
Julington Creek.
stark fall off the Dames Point.
You got to do it. The
That's where
Batman
I would
bridge.
be.
By the way, we
Yeah.
shouldn't be talking about that during the holidays.
No, that's true. I'm kidding.
I know
I'm
you
just
are.
going to cliff dive. That's what I'm going to
You
do.
are.
Did you ever watch the Acapulco cliff diving as a kid on Wild World of
Loved it.
Sports?
Tremendous stuff.
Even at that, at the age of 6, even I realized that. Ooh, that's irresponsible.
Did I hear you say?
Probably. Yeah. Probably did.
And I didn't.
You got it?
No.
Oh.
Randall tweets us, says, thanks, 1010XL. Your Dan Hicken quote, Alexa, wake me up at 6 a.m., triggered in my Alexa earbuds, and set an alarm for tomorrow at 6 a.m. Happy Friday.
Sorry.
That's a dirty trick that some shows and stuff do. They'll do like an Alexa segment where they screw up everyone
bad.
who's got anAlexa. That's
we have
awesome.
offered, by the way, to wake you all up for a small price.
Again, it's a terrific
We're
idea.
waiting for Beef to run with
Correct.
the business, and
right.
he has
All,
it.
It
would require some
$2
work.
$2 a day, you get a personalized wake-up call from Dan and Jeff. Hey, get up, knock the socks off the world today.
Come on, fella.
You can do it. We love you.
Today's the day where you put those 2 feet down on the floor and you ask yourself, is this the day?
Did we ever get to did you hear me say?
No.
Okay.
Because I don't see it anywhere.
Oh, no. I made another mistake?
No, I
Okay.
assume you must have seen it somewhere.
I don't know, Dan. Sometimes I just go with it.
You've gone ahead and said Tom Brady's back for next year.
I got that
I see
report.
no headline.
Yeah,
Wouldn't
I know,
that be
right?
somewhere?
Yeah, you would think, right?
That-
CBS Sports. Tom Brady sounds like he definitely plans on playing in the next NFL season.
Sounds like.
Oh, come on.
What'd he say? What's the quote?
I'll give you the quote. Stand by.
I mean, I just think that would be a bigger story.
Well, I don't know. He said he's playing till 45. You don't believe him?
Well, he said that before, but then he's sort of hedged this.
Has he?
Yeah.
I think people like navigate the narrative into he's hedging. I don't know if he's officially. This is from
He's
John.
a free agent after this year.
This is from John Breach,
the Breacher.
CBS.
Yeah, I'm not big on Breach.
Well, let's see. During an interview with Jim Gray on the Westwood One,
Jimmy Gray.
Brady made it pretty clear he'd like to be playing in the NFL next year at 43. Quote, I think I've said for a long time my tune hasn't changed, so I hope to continue playing.
Okay.
I've had long-term goals. I've had short-term goals. Again, football's a contact sport. You never know when your last game is going to
When
be.
did he say this? Maybe he said
This week.
Okay.
Yeah, this
Maybe
week.
it just hasn't made the rounds yet.
I guess when your last game is going to be, and count your blessing every time until you walk off the field. Brady was asked if he would be returning next year. He wasn't asked if he'll be returning to New England, which New England, I don't think Brady has fallen off to the point that if you're New England, you want to change quarterbacks.
Not unless you have somebody. Who do you have?
No, that's my point.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're the New England Patriots, would you right now trade Brady for Matt Ryan? Or, I'm good quarterbacks.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. He still throws well enough and knows the system. And
He's got 22 this year. He's obviously fallen
22
off.
touchdowns,
Yeah,
8
7
picks?
picks.
Yeah.
Only 61% of his passes.
Yeah.
This has not been vintage Brady, but we've seen the frustration with the offense the entire year, and it's.
doesn't have a lot of weapons in the past.
I don't think it's all his fault, but it doesn't look like a team that is. They're going to need the chips to fall right for them to win the Super Bowl. But they do have Belichick, they do have Brady, and they have a way. They're going to be a 1 or 2 seed, which means home game. You know the formula. They have the formula down.
Going to have to beat Kansas City, who beat them earlier in the regular season. Here's something that could happen.
They'll play Kansas City first.
Yeah.
In all
Well, as long as
likelihood.
Kansas City wins the 3-6 game
Right. Which, again,
in the AFC, that's
you would think,
yeah.
but you never know.
No.
Although the 6 will be not a good team. Tennessee would be okay.
Yeah, Tennessee. Yeah,
Pittsburgh, no.
What New England needs,
Yeah.
and this is not as far-fetched as it sounds, but they need Buffalo to go into Baltimore and pull like a shocker and
Try to
beat
get the 1 seed?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and beat them. They beat the
Oh,
one
you mean knock them out?
in the playoffs.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Because they could do that. They play defense. They play ugly. Buffalo's the kind of team like Jacksonville was in 2017.
All right, Brady in 2017 went 32-8 and completed 66% of his passes, okay? Then last year he went 29-11, and then this year he's gone 22-7. So he's gone 32, 29, and 22 with 1 game left. He clearly is not the same quarterback. It's finally happening, and that's okay. He had 1 year where he had 25 touchdowns in 2013, Jeff, and he played in all 16 games. That would be the other year that he was not, that he was so-so. So, and that's so-so's pretty doggone good for Tom Brady. So, it's getting there. It's getting there.
I will say, though, go back to 2013, and I'm sure in 2013 that when he went
They went
25,
to an AFC championship game. We know that.
And we probably said, this has got to be it, right?
Yeah.
We're 6 years away from that.
Oh, I know.
And he's going to have about those same numbers that look like were how many picks did he have in the 25 year? Do you have that?
Yeah, I do.
Because this year you said he has 22-7. So he's probably going to finish, he could have
11.
Yes, he's going to have a better year than he did that year because this year they played. He's going to throw another 3. What was the yardage?
For a lot less yardage, 43. He'd have to throw he'd have to throw for 500 yards.
Yeah,
which he won't.
Well, it is the Dolphins. He could get the 3 touchdown
But all
passes.
that matters to him.
They're going to go 13-3, Hick.
2013, they lost to the Broncos in that AFC Championship game. Golly, they've been in it every single year. The last 2 teams to not name New England to play each other in the AFC Championship game, 2010, Jeff Prosser. Would you like to tell me who that was?
The last AFC Championship game
that did not involve the Patriots.
Yes, that would have been I'm going to assume.
Incredible.
2010.
Hey, there we are. We were in one.
That didn't include them?
No.
Oh.
2 years ago.
Again? Oh, yeah. I'd say that would have been the Jets and the Steelers.
Very nice pull on your part.
Thank you.
Who won that game?
The Steelers, obviously.
What was the score?
Probably like 24-9,
Oh, give Jets 10 more points. You would have had it.
24-19.
Thought you were on a roll there.
The last one was a guess. I knew the other ones. The last one was a guess.
But anyway, I just thought that's interesting that he's saying that he is planning on coming back. And
can you now, in the future, moving forward, trust my reporting?
no. But it is. We'll see. We'll see what happens. And if he does decide to come back, will it be with New England? I would suspect everybody would say, heck yes, it will be. But you never know,
I mean, if you're New England, I just have a hard time believing you're going to have a better option.
Right.
Look, Belichick has got a nice, comfortable old shoe here, too.
Absolutely.
Right, so there's certainly something for that. What do you think Jacob Eason's NFL ceiling is? I noticed that the former Georgia Bulldog went pro.
He needs to be.
Didn't have a great year this year.
He needs to be a guy who's better in the NFL than he was in college.
No, and those guys do exist.
They do. They're not as prevalent, obviously, and I'm a little wary. He's a big kid with a big arm, but I don't know. I mean,
I got to be honest. I watched him one time this year. He looked good in the game they played against Herbert. He and Herbert played a game, Oregon against Washington, and I watched a pretty good amount of that game.
He was great. In
that game, though, they were both pretty good.
Yeah. He was better this year than he was. He was better this. He could have used another year. He was better this year than he was in his freshman year. Obviously, his freshman year, 55%, 2,400 yards, 16 touchdowns, 8 picks, a 120 rating. This year, 23 touchdowns, 8 picks, 3,100 yards, 64, almost 10% better. Boy, I'd like to see one more year out of him. 143 rating. I'd like to see that 40 touchdown, 10 pick, 4,000 yard season. But I guess he figures I'm trending upward enough that you've seen that. Don't worry about it. I'll be fine, and give me a shot.
Here's that Oregon game that I was telling you that I thought he and Herbert both look good. But I got a stat say he went 23 of 30 for 289, 3 touchdowns, no picks.
Great game.
And
they lost that game or won it?
They lost 35-31, and then they turned around. They lost the next week in their second.
They lost 5 games.
The two best opponents they played, though, were Oregon and Utah. And against Oregon, I just gave you the numbers. Against Utah the next week, 29 of 52, 316, 4 touchdowns, but he'd have 2 picks.
Yeah.
So, but it's QBR in both those games, those big games, 87 and 70. Washington State, the finale, had a QBR of 90. But the numbers aren't overwhelming by any stretch.
He had a better
Tom Brady year, 23 and 8.
He had a better year than Jake Fromm did.
Yes, he did. I talked earlier. Would Georgia be in the playoff right now with Fields or Eason?
Yes.
It might be.
100%. No, 100% with Fields.
Yeah.
Fields would have never.
That's kind of
Fields would not have lost to South Carolina.
Is that a. And this is why I say that. What if. I'm trying to think of the exact word. Is that a black mark on Kirby Smart from this standpoint. Not that he let a talent go, but because Kirby obviously is a pro-style guy.
Yeah.
And Fields is not a pro-style guy.
Right.
So was he guilty of
maybe.
Not that Fromm wasn't better, but this guy's right in my wheelhouse. He plays quarterback the way I want it because, that used to be Nick Saban, and he changed. He incorporated Jalen Hurts, and you got to be able to change. You got to be able to adapt.
Fromm had his worst year of his career.
Yeah,
he was better as a freshman.
His best afternoon was here in Jacksonville, and all those third down conversions.
And he sat behind a line that he could have sat there for a day and a half.
Yeah,
Fromm threw for 26, 27, and 26
touchdowns.
No yards. 2,600, 2,700, 2,600.
He had games this year we didn't get to 100 yards.
I know. It's interesting. He's obviously not a running guy, but he doesn't turn it over. 7, 6, and 5 interception wise, 24, 30, and 22 touchdowns. So I don't know. It's I think for sure Fields, and I think probably Eason for Georgia. But I get it. I mean, it's hard to argue with what he's done over these past 3 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
So. It was a tough spot, but my bigger question on that is how could you watch practice and not know that Justin Fields is better? That's what I don't get.
Again, unless it's the system and you know that there's some hiccups there that you don't want to either change your offense for or live through.
Georgia,
I don't know.
13-2, 11-3, and 11-2. Do they beat Baylor?
Who wants to win?
Yeah.
You know, who plays?
Yeah.
Swift. I heard someone yesterday suggesting Swift may come back.
Yeah.
Which would be dumb. You're a running back.
What do you have?
Right.
I've seen him in first round.
Right.
Mocks.
What do you got to prove? That would be dumb.
Yeah.
Beef, I'd like to conclude the.
And you're losing for sure 2 of your front 5 and maybe 3.
I have determined what I think is the most forgettable playoff team to this point. But, Beef, with a pop quiz music, please, to conclude the 10-minute drill today.
Alabama.
Yeah, they've been in there for
Clemson.
sure. Yeah, I'm going to hold on. Hold on. 11 total teams have made the playoffs in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years. 1, 2, 3.
I think I know
4,
the most
5,
forgettable one.
6. This is only the 6th year, so you should definitely get this. But the 24-team field, that's 6 years, there's only been 11 different teams make the playoffs. So I need you to name those 11 teams. You've given me Bama.
Clemson.
Because in my mind, I have the most forgettable one.
Okay.
So I want to see if it.
Oregon made it.
Oregon made it.
FSU made it.
Oregon and FSU because they played each other. That was the very first one.
Georgia made it.
That's true.
FSU, Georgia definitely made it one time.
Ohio State obviously.
Ohio State's been a couple, 3 times, including a
Washington's
championship.
made it.
Okay, Washington to me was the most forgettable.
Wow, it wasn't.
But
I had a different one in mind.
Michigan State's made it.
That was for me.
That's the other one that's
Okay.
forgettable. But Michigan State.
How many do I got?
You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
I need 3 more.
You need 3 more, but I really don't feel like making you go through it.
Grind over them?
Well, you're going to get to Oklahoma. They've been in 3 or 4 of them. You're going to get LSU because they're this year.
Maybe forget FSU was in the
You're
inaugural.
missing one.
I got
Okay, I'm going to make you get the last.
Okay, good.
This is who you've gotten.
All right,
And,
hold
boy,
on.
this is going to be amazing. So clearly, the most forgettable one wasn't Michigan State or Washington. It's the last one left. Bama, Clemson, Oregon, FSU, Georgia, Ohio State, Washington, Michigan State, Oklahoma, LSU, and this team.
All right, stand by.
This program are the only ones to make the college football playoff.
I don't remember them being. I don't think they got in it, so I'm not going to say them.
Wow, this is fun. This is fun. This is interesting to me. Well, there's a lot of repeats. I mean, Bama every year, Clemson a bunch of years, Ohio
Pac-12
State.
hasn't got it in.
You're gonna,
Yeah, I know. I'll be mad.
yeah, for
'Cause
sure.
I got a couple in my head, but I can't remember the game. That's the problem.
Who they played? You mean?
Yeah,
yeah.
because like Michigan, I remember the Washington game. I remember Michigan State getting rolled. You know,
Yeah.
Michigan State played that New Year's Eve year.
Yes, they did.
By the way,
They've had another New Year's Eve, but it was a Saturday, which is, I read an interesting article about how the college football playoffs not doing themselves any favors the way they're scheduling. Stymied, huh? You want a hint?
is it Penn State?
Oh, wow.
Not Penn State. You missed it. Wow, right? You forgot them too?
Yeah.
Who is
Wow, it's amazing. The most forgettable team of all is the most memorable team probably in college football lore and history. This is probably
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
Domer's got it.
Last year.
Oh yeah, Notre Dame.
Got peppered by Clemson.
Yeah.
So
I should have got that.
that's a little bit of
I
fun
remember
there.
that game.
A little bit of fun there. All right. Well, we still got a lot
Wasn't
to
that
come.
fun? I don't like losing.
Yeah, well, it happens, Fred. It happens.
Beef, what are we giving away today to caller number 5 at 641-1010? Caller number 5 at 641-1010. Are we sending you to the game Sunday?
Last chance,
This is it.
courtesy of the drill.
Yeah.
A family 4-pack to the Jaguars season finale.
We've
Sunday
done all we
afternoon
can do to fill
against
the bank.
Colts.
There'll be
freebies.
There'll be 16 there on us.
Yeah. 16. Keep
At least.
going, brother.
Maybe more than that. All right, the Friday 5-pack when we return.
Oh!
I've got to find my glasses so I don't have to rip them off of Four Eyes' face across the desk here.
Nerd!
And also, Taylor Doll may not be here with us.
Your
but
words hurt.
It's not that she wasn't on 1010XL today. Just not where you would have expected to find her.
no.
Yeah, so all that and more as we roll on. It's an All-American Friday brought to you by the A-Team, All-American Roll-Off and Recycling, now serving St. John's and Clay counties as well. They're a J.B. Coxwell company.